welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host. It's a little dark in here. Don't have my projector on, just trying to do a quick update video, folks. I haven't been able to get in the studio here, been super busy, but plan on getting a few videos out here for you tonight. So big news. Just did another video before this one. It's probably not even up yet, but it's just a clip of Lindsey Graham yesterday. He basically outlays the whole crime that was committed by the Clintons. So you got to hear it. I put it up. I'm going to actually show a little bit of it here. Stick around. We got some Q updates, Q clearance, Q drops, breadcrumbs. We're going to get into them. We got this little bit of a clip I want to show you. So we'll be right back. Stick around.
Investigation was done by the book.
Hard to say what by the book is.
Well, who wrote this book? If it was done by the book, who wrote it?
I think there are reasons to raise questions on certain of these steps and decisions.
I think you did a good job, but the whole idea that this is normal, folks, there's nothing here normal. I don't want you to think the FBI does this day in and day out. This is not normal. And I think that's what you tried to find.
Yeah.
Do you believe it's pretty clear to everybody in the country by July the 5th that Donald Trump was the presumptive nominee of the Republican Party?
That's my recollection. And from the text, it's pretty
was on
clear.
the 18th. Yeah.
Right. And the texts, I think, reflect that as well.
Okay, I'm going to read this text message from Page to Strzok on August the 8th, after he'd gotten the nomination. She says, Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? Strzok responded, no, he's not. We'll stop it. Now, I don't know how you feel about that. That's pretty unnerving. Strzok, wasn't he the lead investigator of the Clinton email investigation?
He was, in essence, the lead investigator.
Okay,
yeah.
so the head guy looking at Clinton on August the 8th says we got to stop Trump. Now, was that just idle talk? A week later, here's what they say to each other. Strzok, text message to Lisa Page. I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office, that there's no way he gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40. Now that's a week later. Who's Andy?
Our understanding, it was Andy McCabe, the deputy director.
So you got the deputy director meeting with the lead investigator of the Clinton email investigation, and Miss Page, who's involved somehow, meeting in Andy's office discussing taking out an insurance policy to make sure Donald Trump doesn't become president? Is that what you're telling us?
I'll be clear, I can't speak to whether Mr. McCabe was there or not.
Did you ask Mr. McCabe?
We did. He said he was not. He did not recall.
So one of them's lying. So I want you to reopen this investigation and come back and tell us, do you believe Strzok? That?
Very concerned.
Okay, eventually very concerned gets to be enough already. Mm-hmm. I'm very concerned. You know, I'm glad I don't text an email. That's one thing I'm glad I don't do. But have you ever proved a case by circumstantial evidence, Director Ray?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to write you a letter and talk about why you should reconsider your findings as to whether or not it affected the investigation. Here's what Miss Page said on March the 4th, 2016. God, Trump is a loathsome human. How you feel about that? I mean, she's entitled to her opinion.
I think we've laid out here why we were so concerned about it.
Well, when you add it all up, as early as March, these people hated Trump, and this investigation was anything but by the book. And at the end of the day, what Comey did just blows me away as much as it does y'all. And I can't believe that this happened to my FBI. I told you the story, Mr. Ray, Director Ray, about wanting to be part of the organization, and y'all were smart enough not to take me. The bottom line is, if you're on our side of the aisle, this really does hit you hard. And we can't just write it off. I think there was a lot of bias that did affect an investigation that is, to me, almost impossible to explain using any standard that I grew up with as a prosecutor or even as a defense attorney. This is struck the page on October the 20th. Trump is an effing idiot. The bottom line is, I'm glad you found what you found, Mr. Horowitz. I'm not buying that the Clinton email investigation was on the up and up. And the reason I'm not buying it is because the two people intimately involved, one, the guy, the lead investigator, clearly did not want to see Donald Trump become president of the United States. Finally, do you agree with me that finding her liable criminally would be inconsistent with stopping Donald Trump? If they found Hillary Clinton was criminally liable, that paves the way for Donald Trump. Can you put those two things together?
I guess it would depend when, but yes, I
How
could
about
see
July, a
conceivably it
week
could.
before the convention?
Oh, it clearly could conceivably.
Well, not only clearly conceivably, that's exactly what's happening here, folks. You cannot hold her criminally liable and stop him. As to the law, why did they change gross negligence in the original statement, Director Wray, to reckless disregard?
I think I would defer to the Inspector General who looked into that.
Why did they do that?
The explanation was that,
Can I just suggest something?
yeah,
Gross negligent is a criminally liable standard.
correct.
So if they had said it the way they originally wrote it, she's guilty of a crime, and the reason they changed it is because she's not guilty of a crime, and if you want to stop him.
All right. Sorry about that. There you go, folks. Crazy. That's huge. That is huge. Doesn't get much more crooked than that. That proves it all. He laid it out really well. And I had, here we go. Attorney Jeff Sessions, right? This is on June 18th at 15:52. We're going to jump up to today's, but I wanted to read this one. So we got Attorney General Jeff Sessions has also said U.S. Attorney John Huber is investigating claims of FBI and DOJ misconduct to these actions, noting that Huber wouldn't be conducting his work from outside of the Washington, D.C. area and cooperating with Horowitz. We got an article here. This is not the end of the process. United States Attorney John Huber continues his work in cooperation with the Inspector General to review certain prosecutorial and investigate determinations made by the department in 2016 and 17. Sessions has said he has reviewed this report and based on its findings and his own investigation will provide recommendations as whether to any matter not currently under investigation should be opened, whether any matters currently under investigation require further resources, or whether any matters merit the appointment of special counsel. I had to get a drink there. All right, so we got a Breibart story here. Breibart. I'm not going to read this, but I'll read the Justice Department IG report. Says Peter Strzok had biased state of mind. And that was just kind of laid out there. Fox News. IG 2.0 could even be worse for FBI as feds brace for Trump spying probe. All right, so special counsel. It's going to restart everything, and it's going to be significantly less staff. It equals stupid. Professor Turley is a very respected liberal law professor and longtime civil libertarian. He has been critical of both parties over the years. Turley says that the use of John Huber gives the IG, the prosecutor, he needs to bring charges and seek indictments. No need to go through Rod Rosenstein, which is critical. He'll block everything, right? Huber is conducting a full-fledged criminal investigation into all the matters. Republicans are calling for a special counsel to investigate, to be brought. They want a special counsel. They're screaming, why won't Sessions, get one going? Because they're doing this. By giving the IG a prosecutor, they can now go after the deep state without looking like a political witch hunt. This is critical. Sessions informed Congress in his letter that all matters recommended by the investigation by Goodlatte, Gowdy, and Grassley are fully within the scope of Huber's existing mandate. He also informed the chairman that Inspector General Michael Horowitz is working with Huber, has a staff of 470 investigators. So we've read this story pretty much before. This is a little different, but here it is. They actually list it down below. So a lot of this gets into that. So we're not doing a special counsel. There's already something going on. And if you listen to yesterday's the report on the IG, the FBI, Horowitz and them there, they go over that. They talk about, they got a few questions and they said they couldn't answer them. That's currently possibly, ongoing matter. So think about that, folks. They would not talk about things because it's under investigation. So we know Huber is investigating the Clinton tarmac or the Uranium One, possibly. Okay, so we don't really know, but it's involving the Hillary Clinton server, her time as Secretary of State. The Uranium shot off his Twitter, and it's, can anyone tell me who the DOJ lawyer is that speaks French? HRC, other crimes via against text children. In the IG report. This will save a lot of time in the hearing foundation. My colleagues won't have to go ongoing this question. We still got the Russia probe to be released. The Hillary Clinton stuff to be released. Let's start here. These investigations are ongoing. 11:01 last night, and then shortly about right before 1 a.m., 15 minutes, 12:55 a.m. One of many examples. So 0:55. Q, you have not addressed why the IG said this morning. IG free Iran, fight, regime change. People have the power. We stand with you. According to you, Q was the real one. 15:57. One of many examples. It's 1,557. Click on that maybe here. We're going to go to 1,558. Sure. This came at 10:53 this morning. D class. LP, Viva la Resistance. Video has been removed. VIV is Viva, but A in the brackets. Okay, so verse again, no name, absent. End is near, end near. 1554 in the series that came on the 18th at 1949. James Clapper. All right, so we're going to get up here to by Intelcom at highest level. Define title. Define role with 1557 in the series. Free Iran. Fight. Exchange shelters. Very regime change. People have the power. We stand with you. Q. This came at early this morning, just right before 1 a.m. by Intelcom. 0:55. All right, 1558. D class. LP, Viva la Resistance, Viv, A in the brackets, verse Viv with E in the brackets, Vive, J space C, Q stories, Clapper, or little James articles P. about Q and the conspiracy, and sample, why so much attention? Why classified by Intelcom at highest level, define title, define role with Mueller, exchange shelters, very senior member. 1559 in the series came at today at 11:54. King of right-wing just before noon. Theories. Sample. Why so much attention? The Illuminati, the Snow White are all controlling. Picture here gives us a 4chaner who has spawned a legion of super all the old links. Justin coronated all for a LARP. Attacks will only intensify. Roseanne Barr recently back from May 14th lead her to a bunch of links to all the articles being canceled. It demonstrated what ugliest side of the right-wing internet looks like. Phenomenon, as the New York Times why so much attention at the time. A couple more articles added weren't just racist; they were occasionally delved into the conspiracy black hole of insane conspiracy theories. 1560 QAnon. Who or what is QAnon? This came at 12:14. Asking that question sucks you into an anonymous poster here reading on the back salts. A galaxy like brained 4chan bred conspiracy theory space C with an extra P and an alarming number of adults. What a coincidence. That all kinds of perpetuous things are true. Preposterous. Another little linked video here. The whole mess started on October 28, when an anonymous user going by the handle Q started a thread on 4chan's political board titled The Calm Before the Storm. In a series of posts, Q claimed to be a high-level government employee with Department of Energy Q clearance.
Republicans attempt to undermine the Mueller investigation and as well to fire Attorney General Rosenstein, which they're planning to do on Friday. Dealing with the Republicans attempt to undermine the Mueller investigation and as well to fire Attorney General Rosenstein, which they're planning to do on Friday.
Access to top secret level information. All right. See here. All right, so there you go. That was How does she know that? What is this? Would she know? Q. 1562. So basically, folks, that was a little video that came out of the last couple of days. They're up there debating on congressional settings, and you had Horowitz up there and Ray, and that lady went off on that. So 1562 in the series, this came at 14:48 today, 2:48 p.m. Text A, text B, text C, text B. Missing and takes 4 attempts to recover due to glitch. Text B supplied in the IG report. How can you obtain text A and C, but somehow the most incriminating text, text B, is lost due to glitch. Recovered later only after classified intel methods applied. This is a level of corruption we are dealing with. The American people are not stupid. Okay, and then 1563 in the series. This one came at 1501. What a wonderful day. And we just got a picture here. Not real sure what we're looking at there. Appears to be something, of course. Something that I don't know. All right, so let me there we go. So that picture, I am not sure. If you guys have any thoughts, let's maybe jump in here. Take a little, see if the Q research board is talking. First, what the F is this? Is this a joke, Q? Q in the room? Horowitz? Oh, it is a face. Definitely a face, an ear. I can see it now. So look, you got like hair. Huh? Yeah, I see a face of an older guy, gray-haired male, Q demonstrating that he has control over someone's iPhone. Wow. Okay, there you go. So there you go, folks. That is like a control. That's a phone. We're still not quite sure what some of the stuff in front of it is, but it appears to be a face, right? Gray-haired, older gentleman. So there's a Q post. I am seeing so much unfold in the media, just with these IGs, the people asking questions. Some of these people we've been doubting or having less and less faith as time's gone on, but Gowdy bringing it back. Even Lindsey Graham, that was awesome. Everyone keeps bashing Jeff Sessions for not appointing a second special counsel, but we're seeing why not, because he's got this Huber doing all this background investigations based off this IG, these two guys. The video we watched, Horowitz, Ray, there's still an investigation ongoing for Hillary, possibly for the Uranium One server, emails, just the whole broad spectrum of that. Again, I'm going to say it. It came out in the IG report that they were using the way to communicate Obama, Hillary. The real reason Hillary never went down makes sense. We've said it before. We've said it months ago, and I'm going to say it again, is Obama was complicit. He had a pseudonym. All of his cabinet did. And it comes to find out that they were using Addy, which is, they're just basically creating a draft, and everyone shared this one account. So you just get in there, you type, everyone could log on at any time, look at the draft that was written, read it, and then delete it, leave another draft, and everyone else could keep coming. And that's how they communicated, never sending. All right. It's a way to obstruct and go around some of the, capturing ways, and definitely working in ways they shouldn't have been. Not when you're part of, government, and it's supposed to be all transparent and congressional records, or, national preservation laws for just the history books. It's things we would want our kids to learn about. So, all right, I'm going to wrap her up there. We are at the 23-minute mark, so I'll probably put out another one here a little bit later, get back into some of them posts, break them down a little better. Just wanted to get them read to you. So there's your Q updates, QAnon, breadcrumbs drops. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. For those of you that have been here, sorry about the projector. It should be back up here. Just got to go downstairs and get it. So, again, had the kids using it, playing their games. So, I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. Appreciate you stopping by. Again, please subscribe, ring the bell, set the modifications to get your updates on your device. That way you don't miss any of our new, anything we put out. You'll get an update, an alert, something to tell you that there's a new video. God bless, good evening, and Godspeed to each and every one of you. And we'll see you back here at the next update video.